I'm Darren.
I'm Randy.
And welcome to Sade Stories.
Cause we just talking business.
We just talking business, baby.
Yeah. 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 Look, every morning I wake up. Yeah. Every morning I wake up.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to Startup Stories. I am Darren, and he is
Randy.
My dog said Randy.
Hey, man, you gotta let him know.
Most definitely. So, back in like November, December, me and Randy, we were talking. We were like, bro, we need to come up with like, how can we expand our podcast?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
put some stank on it.
No, we don't need no stank on the podcast. We just trying to figure out how to expand it.
I hear it.
So we were like, well, what can we do? And we come with an idea to have the Darren and Randy's Dope People expansion.
Yes.
And today we have Sade. She is our first guest on our Dope People episode. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Waking up, ready to get to it.
She was playing too many video games last night.
She really was. Over here cranking 90s.
Yes. So we like to start every podcast open with an icebreaker. All right. So I guess most folks don't know that you work at a art museum, correct?
Yes.
And so I want to know, what would be your dream art exhibit to visit?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe like an urban one down in like LA, like a street show, or something where it's like live art and
yes,
or like an art walk out there that's a little more urban.
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like their art scene is big in LA, especially when you're talking about being outside.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I actually have a buddy that lives in LA, and he does street photography, and he just walks, and all you do is see him take. It's incredible.
No, that's nice. Yeah,
it's incredible.
Like Issa vibes. Y'all see Insecure. There's like an episode where she's down in LA just like shopping for art on the street, and
oh my gosh,
got it like a market vibe, but it's outside. And,
definitely.
Yeah, something like that.
So you've got to see like what it looks like before, but you've never actually got to visit that.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you see those pictures, you're just like, man, this is something I gotta go check out.
Absolutely.
Yes. Definitely.
That's dope. Quick question for you. So, what, like, growing up, junior high, high school, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I used to want to be like a doctor, and then I was like, oh no, I want to be a lawyer. My dad trying to get me to do something big, and then he used to say, you gotta be like a shark. You gotta go off of blood. And I was like, that's not me. So that's not gonna work either. But I don't know. I don't think I ever like had a set job that I wanted when I was in high school. I think the school that I went to didn't really push that on us. Push that on me to like figure that out. So I never really thought about it. I was just trying to like get in and get out.
Yeah, I hear it.
But I think I always wanted to do something with like people and customer service type, taking care of people type thing.
I remember you I don't know if you guys know this out there, but this is my sister-in-law. I was lucky enough to be a part of their family. But back when I first met Sade, I don't know if you remember this, but we went to Denny's. We went to dinner and at a Chili's, I believe either Chili's or Friday. I don't know. TJF. Yeah, TJF. Yep. And so I had this joke, and I was trying to tell your dad this joke, and it's how do you?
Oh, I remember the elephant one.
Yeah. How do you get a 2-ton elephant inside of a Safeway shopping cart? And it was like one of those jokes where it's like you take the F out of safe and you take the F out away, and everybody's trying to figure it out at the table, and then
I'm like screaming across the table.
Yeah, there's no effing way. And like, your dad gave you like the meanest look. I was like, I'm so sorry. That was right here. I didn't know it was gonna. Yeah, I was trying to. Didn't work.
No.
Didn't work.
No.
Well, we got better icebreakers now, bro.
We do.
evolved.
Thank you.
You've grown.
You know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
go.
Yeah, it was yikes. That was anyway, yeah. Moving on. So, Sadie, what does community mean to you?
I think for me, it's, people you have to lean on, people you can network with, people you can spend time with and, feel comfortable around. We've always had such a small community in the sense of it's always just been like our internal family, like our immediate family.
Yeah.
So we haven't really, our family's very introverted. We don't spend a lot of time out in the community. So having to navigate my way through that and find a community it's like stepping out of my comfort zone for sure, because I'm very quiet. So just finding people I feel comfortable around, people I can network with and feel like I'm benefiting them, they're benefiting me, and we're working together to make things better.
Yes. Yes. I wouldn't expect that from you as somebody that it's reaching out is difficult. I see you are so personable. People when you have when you set your mind to something, you get it done.
Yeah.
And you're a very involved person. So you saying that's I didn't realize that.
Yeah, just naturally a quiet to myself type of person. But I think I got that, from my dad. It was very, just growing up, it was you got to be the one to get it done for you. And so that just has kind of followed me, and I've always kind of pushed through for myself and now for Soraya. So.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So, you work at the Bainbridge Island Museum of Art, correct?
Yes.
What made you want to get started at that specific museum of art?
So I was working at Islandwood, which is a different nonprofit on the island, and I was doing events. I've always kind of done it like weddings, and I used to work at a golf course for 6 or 7 years, doing banquets and all that event planning type stuff, and that was kind of the direction I thought I was going to go. And then I saw a job for a rental program at the museum about 5 years ago, and I met with the executive director for that, and she loved me, and I joined the team doing that, and then COVID hit, and so I switched to finance at the museum, and I was pregnant at the time. I did that for a little while, and I was like, this isn't what I want. I'm not a finance girl, I'm not a numbers girl. It paid the bills, but it wasn't feeding my soul in any way, so I left. And a year went by, and she reached back out and was like, I have a different planning role, and it's for you. And I was like, okay. So I came back doing special events. I was planning markets, and we had a big 10-year anniversary, so I was doing a block party, award ceremonies, all the logistics for those. And then another role had opened up for cultural and community programs, and she was like, are you interested? And I was like, yeah, why not? I'll give it a go. I think that's my thing too, and why she's felt so comfortable giving me these types of roles is because I'm just a very go with it. I'll figure it out kind of thing. So I took that on, and it was kind of hard at first because it's a very you have to be out in the community, you have to be willing to talk to people, and that wasn't something I was used to. So I was having to get out of my comfort zone, find out I was feeling overwhelmed with the sense of well, I don't really, they're very tied into the community, and they know people by names, and she's telling me names, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, I don't know what they do. So I had to really I struggled with that in the beginning, thinking that imposter syndrome. It's this isn't really I'm not good with people, I don't know, maybe I'm not. So that kind of took over. But then I started making my own connections and thinking I don't have to necessarily fit into the box of what their connections are. I can go out and find my own. And once I started leading that way, I was able to meet people that I aligned with better, that I could then bring that next generation into the space.
So then, since you've gotten out there, how important do you feel it is now building, helping, and providing knowledge to the community out there in Bainbridge?
I think it's really important, that it's predominantly white, and I think they're used to a certain level of knowledge that is very like surface level sometimes, and so being able to bring in people who are a little more harsh, or might curse on the stage, and like just keep it real with them, I think is really important, and they need it, and they're pretty receptive to it, which is really nice, and they want to learn, which is a great thing. I think people think that they're just like, but there is a large community out there that wants to learn more, wants to appreciate more. So, kind of gearing things towards them, and
Yeah, definitely.
So, Sadie, what hurdles have you experienced bringing the different cultures together in the community?
I would say, I don't know if there's been a ton of hurdles, because like I said, the community has been interested in hearing more. I think we have struggled to bring our community out there more. I think that's a huge hurdle for us, is sometimes the room is left feeling very one note in the audience, and so I've been trying to work on figuring out how to bring more of Kitsap County into the space, and fighting against those stereotypes of it's too far, they're rich, they don't care, they're rude, which some of that is true and it does happen, but in our space, like trying to get people to see that that's not necessarily happening in our space, and that the space is for them. And
what do you feel like is needed to build that bridge?
I think we just need more awareness. I mean, we've been doing a lot more to get people out there. We do like the Treasure Trek, which is a really big nationwide float hunt, where me and my team, we hide 200 floats out in the parks throughout Kitsap County, like 20 different parks, and you can go to the park and you can find yourself a glass float, and it's supposed to help lead you into the museum. So we've seen some really great response with that. I think it's also like us going to the Kitsap side a little bit more, like figuring out how can we maybe bring like an art exhibition over there, like a pop-up over there somehow. I think it's really just being a little bit more creative in our marketing and how we reach out to the community, that everything doesn't necessarily have to happen in the space. We can show up out in the field.
So have you been able to get people from Bremerton, Silverdale? Like, have more people been willing to come out to Bainbridge and do things?
Yeah, I think so. I think too, when we have these partnerships with organizations from that side, or they're kind of leading the program, it helps, because then now they're bringing their people. I think too, finding ways for transportation is a big one for us too.
Okay.
How can we be better at getting a partnership with an organization that has transportation to get them to help shuttle people.
That would be great.
Yeah, so
it's crazy how involved you are in the community for someone that is so, I don't want to say recluse, but somebody that is really comfortable in their bubble. It's crazy how involved you are in the community itself.
Yeah.
What type of victories have you experienced?
I would say the Black community that I've built with Seattle, that was a big victory for me, in the sense of, we just had Black art on the wall, we had Black people in the spaces, we had Black people on stage, and we're not used to seeing that kind of attendance from the Black community in that space. And as I'm growing up to be this young adult, I want to be around other young adults like me that are Black and that are doing work, and I want to be able to create community with that age range, and so seeing them in that space was really nice for me.
So I've been to a few of the Juneteenth events out on Bainbridge. Like, I went to the very first one that they had, then I went to the second one. Have you yourself had a hand in, helping plan?
I have no part in the Juneteenth planning.
Really?
No.
So with
That's
everything,
that's more of a city project.
so how come they have not come down to y'all and been like, hey, we got this dope lady named Sadie. You know, what'd you just say? She had the top 20 under 40 award.
Yep.
Like that's you're the perfect person for them to come to and have that conversation with, and be like, hey, we need her to help us.
I think
Make this
they're
better.
Still trying to figure out where, how to get into those communities. We did participate in the last one, and I did notice it was heavily white. It was predominantly white.
This is true.
There was not a lot of black people there, and I think it's too just misunderstanding what those communities need. We don't need lessons on that specific. That one for me felt like it was teaching, rather than celebrating. It was we're teaching, which that works for the other communities, but for when you're trying to do something for that community,
they like to celebrate.
We want to celebrate.
Exactly.
It's meant to be like a big old barbecue, like
Exactly.
reunion vibe. We got the old hits going.
Yes.
Chilling on a nice sunny day.
Yes.
That's all we want, and that was
Bag on electric slide kicking off or something.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? Chaz part 2.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. I'm a DJ, so I mean, you gotta let me go with it sometimes.
I do want to know. So since you've helped coordinate some events in the past, what is your favorite event that you've coordinated or helped put together?
I'd probably say the block party. That's kind of where I was on the path I was hoping to go. That was me getting to channel my inner Issa. We had, I kind of led that from start to finish, and it was a really big, we had 4 different music stages.
Okay.
We had vendors, we had food, we blocked off the street. We had, that one was a lot of fun. That was probably my favorite.
Like, how big was the turnout for that event?
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
I'd say we got a few thousand out there.
Wow.
That day. It was packed.
And so was that people from everywhere coming?
Yeah, that was all Kitsap County people.
Oh, wow.
We're right there by the ferry, which sometimes works in our favor, sometimes doesn't. But we just got in the summertime. The tourist crowd is crazy. It's like every hour, just a boatload of people coming off. So, but sometimes we can't get people to cross the street to come into our space. So that event was really fun because I think it really helped to pull that crowd in that day.
What's going on over there?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know that your family is close knit, and you've talked about that before. How has your upbringing and being around them helped shape you into who you are now?
Yeah, I mean, we're close knit. Like we're seeing each other every other day, talking on the phone every other day. But I grew up seeing my parents working hard. They were hard workers. They did what they had to do for us, and my dad really pushed us to try and be the best versions of ourselves. And he was always learning, always taking a class, always in school. And so I've kind of just pushed with that mindset of you can always learn more, it's never too late. I think it's just really helped me be determined and focused on making it in this world, as best I can. So
I know they help push you to be really proud of who you are.
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
They've always been the type of super proud, always taught me to love myself. And I think it's been really important, having that relationship with my dad, who is always in my corner. And
always.
Yeah. Ride or die.
This man is the biggest cheerleader
He's the biggest
for
Sadie
his
fan. And all his kids. He loves all his.
There's this thing so Sadie, every year she has to be the one to give dad the gift that makes him cry.
No.
Yeah, she says that. But she has to. And there was one year I beat her. I made dad cry.
Oh wait, which one did you get him?
The turntables.
Oh yeah. But they're just still sitting there. So.
Okay. Wow. She didn't have to say
He
that.
ain't using them yet.
She didn't have to say that.
One day.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang.
I know.
She was like, she said, you still can't beat me.
You see it though, right? You see it.
You still can't beat her, bro. No matter what you do.
Exactly. But no, your dad is a huge cheerleader, and it's not even just to you. To me, it's to Steph. It's the
He
whole
loves to see
family.
his people win.
Yeah.
He's always very proud. He's a very emotional guy, and it shines
Very.
through. And so I think it makes it easier for you because now you want to make them proud.
Yeah.
I want you to be proud of me. So
I actually have him, like, his voice, your dad's voice, saved as my ringtone on my phone. I know.
I ain't going that far.
But I know it's just because, like, it's how like the emotion that he has in his voice, you feel it. And so, like, he said a clip to everybody, and I loved it so much I saved it on my phone.
Bruh, that's not gonna get you no closer. You already
I know you're right. You're right. It's like, all right, Randy, that's enough.
My goodness.
I know.
You just kissing up, huh? Oh my goodness.
We love Randy.
I want to slide back to some more art questions. How'd you become interested in art itself?
I think it really was just working there. I mean, I've always had like a love for music and a love for movies, but art is like a different type of appreciation.
Okay.
You know, it's always up for interpretation. So getting to see the shows that come through our museum, a lot of them, our curator, I will say, is Chef's Kiss. He's like a really amazing human. His name's Greg. He's the chief curator, but the walls have always been in the space. Maybe our audience hasn't always been diverse, but the walls have always been diverse. Okay. He's done things with the Suquamish tribe, with the Japanese American inclusion community, with the Black community. It's always been very diverse. So getting to see stories told through art is a really cool experience. And I feel like, you can sometimes, even when it has nothing to do with you, you can see something in it that relates to you and your life and your experience, and it's like an emotion tied to it. So,
what is your favorite form of art?
I think it's still music.
You mean music?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite genre?
I'm a big like R&B girl,
Yeah, cause we talking
less slow songs.
We talking new school, or you do old school R&B too?
I do both, but
All right.
new school R&B these days, like the women are really, feeding my soul these days.
Yeah, okay.
She likes hip hop too.
I do like hip hop.
Dad,
Yes,
she likes hip
I
hop
do
too.
like hip-hop, yes.
I just want to.
I'm gonna throw one. Do you ever listen to any like UK artists?
Oh,
You got okay.
not as much. There's one.
Shay Universe. You gotta
I
listen to
haven't
Shay.
heard Shay.
Listen,
Okay.
Shay Universe is like a mixture of like Jill Scott, like Angie Stone,
Okay.
and like some new school stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, Shay Universe is.
The UK artists, they do be going
Shay
crazy.
Universe?
I can't do it.
She's
going on?
no, she's a singer. Shay Universe, she's a singer.
Okay.
I mean, like, what's her girl name? LMI?
LMA.
Yeah, she is. She's from the UK
Okay.
too.
LMA is different.
Mahalia.
LMA
Yeah,
is
nah.
different. But a lot of I just can't do UK.
You talking about
like,
UK rap?
Voice, it's the voice.
You talking about the rap? They be like,
Yes. Yeah, like-
go to the store.
Banger. I can't do that. I can't. I'm just like, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, all right, that's it. I can't. I don't know what it is.
It's not for everyone.
It's not.
No. But the R&B is on point though. I
Yeah,
can't
they
hold.
do.
They on point. Their R&B is definitely on point.
Hey, send that out to me. I want to listen to it.
Yeah, Shay Universe too. But I got a whole lot of Shay Universe on my thing.
But I'm interested. I'll take a gander. A gander.
That's probably some UK stuff too. Huh?
Okay. I'll take a look. So, I have a question for you. So, if money was no object, what programs, activities, or events do you feel would be most beneficial to the community culture?
Ooh. I think in the summertime, because that's a struggle here, is this long winter we have, this long dark age we have.
Dark
It makes it
ages.
really hard because nobody want to be outside. Nobody wants to do
that's
anything. Everybody want to be inside,
accurate.
minding their own business. So it's really hard to get people out during the winter time. But I do think anything holiday related in the wintertime, anything related to lights and just bringing joy is gonna do well. Summertime, I really think like the block party, like a music festival, an arts festival, anything like that to really get people, things you'd find in Seattle, but that they can do in their own community.
Yes.
People will go to Seattle for stuff like that just to get out the house and
In
have
a
somewhere
heartbeat.
to, spend their day. But if we could do more things like that in our community, I think they would appreciate it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So, from expos to night markets, concerts, soirees, what's the funnest part?
I think day of, just the energy you get from staff, the energy you get from the crowd. I think that really is the most fun. It brings, it's when the work comes to life. I spend a lot of time answering emails and making run of shows and going to meetings. And when the event actually gets to be there, it's pretty
A lot of
spectacular.
putting these connections
Like
together,
putting puzzles together,
and building it.
doing contracts, all the boring stuff. But when you get to see it happen and come to real time, it's pretty special.
That's awesome.
I wanted to know, have you ever been to the Northwest African American Museum in Seattle?
I haven't. It is on my list to go this year, though.
Mine too.
Yes, it is on my list. I do plan to go there. We were just talking about that.
It looks so dope, and I would love to be there. Like I can't
Yeah.
wait to go to see exactly what they have there.
Absolutely.
Because I know it closed for a little bit, and I think they're doing some renovations.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they've opened back up, and I really want to go and check it out.
No, I definitely want to go to that one.
And speaking of that museum, what do you have planned for your museum for Black History Month?
Yeah, so we have a few things going on. We've got some, most of them will happen on a Sunday, but we've got like a film festival with a couple local artists, filmmakers from Seattle, and then we'll have a culture couture event, which is in partnership with Self-Made Couture. They make custom suits. It's a black-owned business. They make custom suits in Seattle, and so they're gonna come and do like a workshop on how to dress for prom, for work. Just how to be a little bit more fly in your style with your wardrobe. And then we will have a soiree, which is this will be like our 4th year. Randy's participated in it a few times.
Listen. It is so much fun.
It is fun.
It's like a so before like near closing, it's like you're walking through and they do like live art. Oh, they have African food.
Yes.
They have African food.
Yes. Yes.
There's artists that come out. We've seen live paintings. We've seen concerts, like live concerts. There's spoken word. There are photo booths. There's a DJ outside.
Man, what's that DJ's name?
So I know. Sometimes it was me, but it's this. Oh, I forgot his name.
No. I'm talking about the top DJ.
Which one?
I swear I'm looking at him right now. I gotta plug my guy.
Yeah, it's fun.
So one year it was DJ Crocs with Socks. He was there. He did make an appearance. But there's I forgot his name, but there's another DJ that was there. It was just
It's like a night at the museum.
It is.
For our people,
Literally
with
is.
our people.
Yes.
So it's for kids and adults, that intergenerational. Because again, it's hard for people at our age to go to anything if you can't bring your kid.
Exactly.
I take my daughter basically everywhere with me. So if she can't come, I'm probably not coming. Type stuff.
Yeah.
So
when is
February 22nd. So it's on a
Perfect.
Saturday. It's from like
Perfect.
6 to 10.
we'll be there.
Yep. I'm showing up this year.
Yeah,
Yep.
come, bring the kids,
Yep.
bring the fam, bring the wife, all of it.
Definitely.
All right, man. So we're coming down to the conclusion of this episode.
This first one.
Yes,
This first dope people story.
yes.
Oh, I'm
yes.
the first?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you all started it. Okay.
No,
You are the first.
I'll take it.
You're right up top.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Dope people.
Love it.
So I have a question. If there was something that you can pass down to everyone that's watching this, that will be there to support you, your mission, or for even them to start their own mission, what would it be?
I think we need to show up more. I think COVID has really gotten us to, myself included, to be more closed in and staying inside and not showing up. And I think we need to participate more, show up to the city hall meetings more, show more face in the community, because times are getting tough.
Yeah.
So if we don't show up, then who's going to show up for us, kind of thing. So I think it's important for us to show up more.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
I agree, because
Yeah.
I get that's the truth. Sometimes I feel like we don't show up enough.
No.
And when we can show up, we can actually make a difference out
Make a
here.
difference, yeah.
We can. We can.
We will.
We will.
Yeah. we're
Most
stronger
definitely.
Together, so.
Yes. So, thank y'all for tuning in
Yes.
to Darren and Randy's Dope People Stories.
Yes.
Thank you, Sadie, for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
And we just talking dope stories.
We just talking dope stories, baby.
Yeah. Look, every morning I wake up.
Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you want to be featured on our show, go ahead and send us a message on our Facebook page, or you can check the description for our email.
All I know is get it. The OGs always told me what I start, I gotta finish. So I push it to